will be watching you. I'm also, given that it's late in the day, not going to talk much about Monitor, although we are very innovative, obviously. But I'm going to talk about some of the ideas that we've come across that we find really innovative and interesting. And I'll talk a little bit about how we came across those ideas. But I really want to focus on some of the innovations we've seen that are interesting and trying to get your reactions about those things. Monitor Inclusive Markets focuses on market-based solutions for poverty, market-based solutions for social change. As we've seen, there's lots and lots of different ways of defining that. I'm going to take one definition just so you know what I'm talking about. I don't think it's the only definition. I don't think it's the definition of a vehicle that will solve all social problems in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think it's one that we've taken for a reason. First of all, we're looking at institutions that are commercially viable, at least in concept, or looking to become commercially viable. That just means revenues are covering costs and preferably paying off capital costs over time in industries that need them. We're also looking at enterprises that benefit the B60, we call it, the bottom 60% of the income pyramid, right? Again, you could choose 70, you could choose 50. For argument's sake, we've chosen the B60. Having some social impact means either improving the quality of life or the quality of the livelihoods of those people. Again, a very broad definition. And, we didn't get down to the metric stage. I think that's a valuable thing to do, is to define further. But we looked at things like, are you improving the quality of healthcare, the quality of education? Are you improving incomes? Are you improving the sustainability and reliability of incomes, and so on? And lastly, we wanted to look at things that are at scale, right? Or at minimum scalable. So our ideal market-based solution, MBS I'm going to call them from now on, is basically something that meets all of these three criteria. And what you find is that NGOs, may benefit the B60, some of them may be at scale. Small social enterprises will be commercially viable and benefit the poor. And large commercial enterprises are in the top left. What do I mean? What sorts of initiatives am I talking about? We've talked about some of them already today, but things like very, very low-cost maternity hospitals. Rockefeller knows all about those. They've invested in those in India. Private schools that have reduced significantly the cost of education while maintaining a high quality or improving quality in India. Community water filtration systems that provide 10 liters of water for about ₹1 a day. Again, we've talked about those. And agricultural supply chains, innovations such as alternative sales platforms or contract production systems even that have actually managed to improve farmer value. These are just some examples to give a flavor. This isn't a new field, by the way. Ted London's colleague, C.K. Prahlad, wrote about this a long time ago. The IFC and WRI, among others, have actually developed that. But yet there are still a lot of unanswered questions, right? Primarily for us, the two most interesting questions were, you have market-based solutions, you have microfinance, as I mentioned earlier,